Can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So we're going to listen and we're going to answer. It says, what happens when Catherine and Neil, what happens with Catherine and Neil when they eat chocolate? Okay. So what happens to them when they eat chocolate? So let's listen.
6 Minute Grammar from BBC Learning English.
Hello and welcome to 6 Minute Grammar with me, Neil.
And me, Catherine. Hello.
Now, Catherine, would you like to have some of this delicious chocolate I've got
Oh,
here?
Neil, I'd love to, but I can't. When I eat chocolate, I get terrible headaches.
Oh, that's bad luck.
I know, it's horrible.
If I eat chocolate, I just get fat.
Do you? You don't look it. You look thin.
That's all the cycling, you see. I can eat whatever I want because of all the cycling.
Lucky you.
Now,
Okay, I'm going to repeat, okay? What
Okay.
happens when they eat chocolate?
Uh,
hello and welcome to 6 Minute Grammar with me, Neil.
And me, Catherine. Hello.
Now, Catherine, would you like to have some of this delicious chocolate I've got
Oh,
here?
Neil, I'd love to, but I can't. When I eat chocolate, I get terrible headaches.
Oh, that's bad luck.
I know, it's horrible.
If I eat chocolate, I just get fat.
Do you? You don't look it. You look thin.
That's all the cycling, you see. I can eat whatever I want because of all the cycling.
Lucky you.
So what happened? What happened to them when they eat chocolate?
uh, in the case of her, she
Mm-hmm.
ha she has headache when she eat chocolate.
Yeah, so
And
when she eats, no, when she
it's
eats chocolate,
chocolate.
she gets
She get terrible
she
headache.
gets terrible headaches. And what about the guy, Neil? What happened to Neil when he eats chocolate?
Oh, he said that when he eats chocolate, he he get fat.
Yeah. Uh-huh. When he eats, when he eats a lot of chocolate, he just gets fat. So what conditional are they using?
Um, the first conditional.
No, in this case, they are using the zero conditional. Okay, today we're going to practice the zero and the first conditional, and the idea is that you understand when to use them. Okay, so they are talking about chocolate. And so when we talk about the zero conditional, we talk about something that always happens to you. It could be a routine. In this case, for example, the headache is something that if she knows, it's going to be terrible for her, no? If she eat it. So that's why she said, well, when I eat chocolate, I get terrible headaches. This is a rule for her. It's something that she knows it's going to happen. So when we use the zero conditional, is because we want to talk about things we know happen to us, especially to us. Also, we use zero conditional with facts, okay, or documents, no? So when we talk about conditional, zero conditional, we use present, present. She eats, she gets. He eats, he gets. No, we use zero, we use present, present. For example, what do you always do when you are really sick? No, what do you always do when you are really sick? If I am really sick, I always call the doctor. So I call the doctor and the doctor comes to my house. That's the first thing I do. I don't go to the clinic. So I call the doctor comes to my house. So if I am really sick, I always call the doctor. That is the rule for me. It's my habit, my routine. What about you? If you're really sick, what do you do?
If I am really sick, I'm trying to get some medicine,
Mhm.
and if it don't pass, or if it don't relieve,
If it
okay.
doesn't work,
If it doesn't work, I'm going to the clinic. I
I
go
go,
I go
I
I
go
go
to
to
the
the
clinic.
I go to
Yes.
the clinic.
So that's the thing, no? When you know, for example, no, if you are sick, that is something that you always repeat. You use the zero conditional. Why? Because you want to tell me that is a rule for you. Okay.
Okay.
And what happens when we don't water plants?
If we don't water plants, they die.
They die. So when it's a
Mhm.
fact, it's something that it's a fact, we use the zero conditional because it's not going to change. Okay. So if you don't water
Okay.
plants in 1 month, in 2 months, in 6 months, the plant dies. So this is something that is going to happen. So nothing is going to change that. So we use the zero conditional. What happens if a kid touch an outlet?
Uh, Maybe the kid could be electrocuted.
Okay, so if a kid touch an outlet, well, maybe not being electrocuted, but maybe he is going to feel energy. No, it's he feels like energy or electricity. Maybe not like killing him, but he can feel this electricity. Okay, and
Okay.
remember, when you use a zero conditional, you don't use maybe, because that maybe is saying I am not sure. So if you are not sure, it's not a zero conditional. Okay, so
Okay.
like
But I can use could
no,
or need.
you when you use zero conditional, you can only use present. So you use can. You never use could because it's not a
Okay.
possibility. It is a reality. When we use the zero conditional, it's something that it's
It's
happening.
a fact. Okay.
It's a fact, yes. So maybe the kid, maybe you say, no, if a kid touch an outlet, uh, he will electrocute. That will is the first conditional. Okay?
Okay.
So that's why I'm saying if a kid touch an outlet, he it pass electricity. No, because that's going to happen. Not electrocute, but pass electricity. No, so I use the zero condition. What do you do if it's getting too cold?
Uh, if it's great, if it's getting too cold, I put on sweater.
I put on a sweater. So this is the zero conditional. Remember, the idea is not that you say zero first. No, the idea is that you know when to use it. So if you are, for example, in my case, if it's getting too cold, I always drink something hot. No, I always drink something hot, especially coffee. That is the rule for me.
Mhm.
So when I say, no, Monica, it's too cold. Yeah, I know. So if it's too cold, I want a coffee. No, I use the zero conditional because that is a rule for me. So the idea is that you understand when to use the zero conditional. Okay. For
Okay.
example, at work, if you have some rules, you have to use the zero conditional because a rule is a rule. You cannot think, no? But if you have possibilities, you can use the first conditional. How do
Okay.
animals react when people set off fireworks?
Uh, if people set off fireworks, the animals uh, react very nervous.
Okay, they react very nervous.
Okay. Okay.
So can you tell me any rule at work that you can use the zero conditional?
Mm, if I read email, I have to uh, answer it
Answer back. Okay, yes.
or answer back.
Something else that is a rule?
Mm, if I have a missed call, and if I notice, I have to, or I must to call back to my
I
client.
must call back. Yes, you can use must, no? In present, I must call back. So that is the idea, that you can use these zero conditionals when you know this
It's
is a
a rule.
fact, a
Okay.
rule, or a habit, no? One of your habits, no? For example, you can say, well, if it's very early in the morning, I drink coffee. No, teacher, if it's early in the morning, I drink orange juice. So everyone has their own habits and rules, no? So that is the idea. So remember that the real condition, it's the zero condition is a real condition that has a consequence, okay? And we always use present. When I say present, you can use present continuous, you can use must, can, okay? But we cannot use could, because could is the past. We cannot use will, because will is future, okay? So we need, or
Okay.
going to, no, because going to is future too. So we need to be very careful there. So what happens when you leave milk out long enough?
Mm,
So you have a milk, the milk is open, and you don't put it in the refrigerator. You left it out days.
The milk. I don't remember the
word.
word.
Yes.
Yes.
So it goes bad or it goes off. Also gone off. No, the milk.
Has the milk gone off?
The milk has gone off.
Has
That
gone
is an
off.
option.
Mhm.
What happens when your case? What happened when you've had a hard day at work? What is something that always happens when you have had a hard day at work? Maybe you do something, maybe you eat something.
At the end of the day, I have to take a shower.
Okay. I like to come home to peace and quiet, for example. What happens when people don't pay taxes on time?
They receive, um, I don't know if it's a punishment, but they can receive
A fine?
a penalty, a
Yeah,
fine.
a fine. A multa? Fine.
Okay, fine.
Yeah, multa. What happens if children don't get vaccinated?
They are exposed to any disease.
They are exposed to any disease, they can get sick, no? So we have different situations that they can happen, but they are a reality. So if he does well on the interview, he will get the job. In this case, we are not going to talk about zero conditional. We are going to start working with the first conditional. When you go in on an interview, maybe you do well, okay? But maybe other three candidates go well. So maybe you will get the job or maybe you won't. So there is a possibility, no? So when we have these small possibilities, we are going to use the first conditional. In the first conditional, we don't have facts. We don't have habits. On the contrary, we have possibilities. So if he does well on the interview, he will get the job. Okay?
It's
So this is
always with will.
it's always with future. You can use going to also.
Okay.
It's possible. So you generally, we use will most of the time, but you can use going to. So it is an option because yeah, it's future. So remember, it's a real condition with a possible future consequence. The real situation, for example, here is that he went to the interview, he did it well, but we don't know the outcome. Maybe he will get the job, maybe he won't. We don't know. So we have possibilities. When you have possibilities that are real possibilities, we use the first condition. And the first conditional use will.
Okay.
So if I imagine, can you read and can you complete?
If I get a new job,
What will happen?
I will buy a new car.
Okay, very good.
If you don't stop smoking, you will get cancer.
Okay. But this is like an option because there are a lot of people that smoke a lot, but they don't get cancer. No? So that's why it's not a fact. Okay? That's the reason.
Okay.
No? That's the reason.
If he lends me the money, I will buy some candies.
I buy some candies. So what will happen? Okay, what will happen if you don't eat well?
If I don't eat well, maybe I can get sick.
Okay, so but you can say maybe I will get sick.
I will.
Yes,
Okay.
maybe I'll
I
get
will.
sick. Remember that
I'll.
we need to use the possibility. Maybe you don't. Maybe you don't eat well and you get fat, but you don't get sick. Okay, so that is the idea. What will you do if your best friend calls you?
If my best friends call me, I'm going to answer him quickly.
Okay, very good. What happens when people start eating healthy?
If people start eating healthy, they'll be healthy.
They'll be healthy. Okay. What happens if you don't study for an exam?
If I don't study for the exam, I'll don't pass
I
the exam.
won't.
I won't
I won't
pass.
pass.
I won't pass the.
I won't pass.
Pass the exam.
I won't pass the exam. So we have like a real condition, okay, and many possibilities. Sometimes you don't study, but you pass. Sometimes you study and you don't pass. So we have different possibilities, okay? So remember, can you tell me something about your job that has different possibilities?
If I present alone, they'll they'll be approved by the
If you present a project,
commit.
the commit will approve it.
The commit will approve. Yes.
Okay, okay.
What is
yeah,
the correct pronunciation about préstamo? Loan?
loan, yes,
Loan?
loan,
Okay.
yes, loan. So that's the idea, that you talk about situations that are possible. Okay, so when you are working, you can say, no, if I have a project, I'll do it in 2 days. No, because maybe the possibility is that you do it in 2 or 3 days. No, or you can say, for example, I don't know, no, if I arrive late, for example, if you arrive late to work, what would you use, zero or first conditional to complete it?
Both, I think.
So
Depends of the consequence. Maybe
yeah, but
if
remember,
I
if you use zero, it's because this is a rule. But if you use will, it's because there is a possibility. So what would you use?
I don't know, if I arrive late to my job, I'll have a fine.
I will have a
I will fine.
oh, no, I'll like a discount on your salary.
Yes.
Okay, so, but this is 100% sure or a maybe?
A maybe.
So I will, no? So
Mhm.
if I arrive late to my work, I'll get a discount in my salary. No, so this is a maybe, because maybe they don't do anything. No, they don't do anything. So that's the idea, that when you use the first and the zero conditionals, you understand when to use them. So when something is a fact, generally true, or a scientific fact, or the condition has always the same result, you have to use the zero conditional. Present, present. But if the case of possible situations in the future, predicting a likely result in the future, we use will or won't. Remember, these are real situations because we have the second and the third conditional, and they are more imaginary. So these ones are real. That's why we are talking about your job. No, you say, well, if I arrive late at work, I will get a discount in my salary. That is a possibility. It's real because you work. It's real because the companies do that. No, but it's not an invention. No, you don't say, if I get late at work, I will, no, well, I should have make a time machine, no, something like that. So when you are inventing, it's not first or zero condition. So here we have a dialogue, okay? It says, I am going to meet my friend in the park. And if it rains, what will you do if it rains?
If it rains, we'll go to my house.
Okay, we'll go to my house. I write, if it rains, we are going to meet in a cafe. Okay, so, and if the cafe is full?
If the cafe is full, we go, we will go to the cinema.
We will go to a cinema, yes. We will go to a cafe in the shopping center, yes. So that is the idea, no? Because when you're talking to someone, hey, let's meet at 5. Oh, yeah, but what happened if it's no open? So don't worry, if it's not open, we will do this. And what happens if we don't get tickets? If we don't get tickets, we will do this. So you are talking about possibilities, real possibilities. Can you do the matching?
Okay.
Okay, so if you don't take a coat, you'll get cold. You won't be late, no, negative. You won't be late if you leave now. Remember that you can use the conditional at the beginning or in the end, okay? If you use it at the beginning, you need to use a comma. If you use it in the end, you don't use a comma. Okay, that is the only
Okay.
difference, but you can use it at the beginning and in the end. Now, we can use going to, okay? And generally we use will because are possibilities, okay? But remember that we use going to for plans, for intentions. So when you use going to is because it's your plan, it's your intention. So it says, if I get a place at medical school, I am going to become a doctor. I am using going to because I want to tell you that is my plan, that is my intention to become a doctor. Okay? That doesn't mean that it's going to happen right now, no? But generally we use will. We can use going to when you want to mention that this is a plan. Do you remember the previous example that was about the dialogue? It says, if it rains, we are going to meet in a cafe. Why? Because this is a plan, no? A plan with a friend. So as a plan, I am using going to at the beginning. Then I use will because everything changed, okay? And you can also use might. Might is also something that you use in the future, but you are giving like, it's like a maybe. Might is like a maybe. So you can use it, okay? Those are some elements that you can use when you are talking. Now we have this dialogue. and I want that you complete the dialogue as better as you can. Be very careful because sometimes there are questions. Sometimes there are sentences, positive or negative. So be very careful what are you going to use.
Mm.
Yes. Okay, so I start, okay? I just bought
Okay.
an old car for 500 pounds. Can you be, Mauricio?
What will you do if it breaks down?
I'll ask for money back, for my money back.
Uh,
Yeah, you can do.
okay, but I think that it's the same conversation.
No, it's different, I think.
Okay. If it's sunny tomorrow, I'm going to take the children to the park.
I think there is I will, because here we are using a future prediction. You are predicting, no? If it's sunny tomorrow. So when we talk about future predictions, we use will. There are different ways of predictions, okay? We have going to, we have will, we have will with predictions, going to with predictions, future continue also, okay? I am going to try to do a lesson about that because there are a lot of different futures. If you understand the future, you know how to use it, okay?
Okay. So number
That's
4, it's
my number 4 is will. I will take. I'll take the
uh,
children to the park. Yes.
okay.
That's nice. If I
That's
have time, I'll make a picnic for you.
great, thanks. But if you don't worry, we'll be okay.
Mm-hmm. I won't finish this essay tonight if the cat doesn't get off my laptop.
Just pushing off.
If I push him off, he'll jump back again.
I will put him out.
Yes, I'll put him outside. No, I'll put him outside. Yes. So remember that is the idea. The idea is that you have to decide when to use the zero and when to use the first conditional. Remember, if it's your routine, if there is a rule at your work, no? If
Mhm.
there is a rule at home, if there is a rule, I don't know, in a place that you are, you have to use the zero conditional because it's a fact, or if it's a habit. But if it's something that has different possibilities, we need to use the first conditional that generally we use will. You can use going to, and sometimes you can use might, may, even maybe. Okay. So that is the idea when we are using this kind of conditional. Is it clear, this kind of conditionals?
Yes.
Okay.
For
Yeah.
example, with obligation, you have to. It's
You
a
have to use present,
It's a zero conditional.
zero conditional.
For
So
example,
if
I don't
you
know. Uh-huh.
if you if you go to the cinema, you have to turn off the cell phone.
Mhm.
So that is the condition, no? Or if you go to this museum, you cannot take photos with flash.
Okay. For example, also, if you want to have this loan, you have to send me financial statements. For
If you
example,
if you want to get the loan, you need to send me your
okay. Uh-huh.
final statements first. Yeah, because this is a rule. It's not a possibility. I don't work. No, it's not like that. It is a rule. So in this case, yes, you have, or you can say, no, if you want the loan today, send me the papers now. So you are using the conditional with an obligation, no, because it's now. So, but it's in present, so it makes it zero conditional.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. So now let's pay attention a little bit of our vocabulary that we have here. This is on our book. This is a little bit of vocabulary about music. It says musical memories. It says a song with a real danceable beat that made you want to get up and move to the music. So what would be your answer there?
Um, maybe it could be a old reggaeton song.
Okay. A song with a
Mhm.
catchy, unforgettable melody that you loved. You couldn't get the music out of your head.
Um, maybe a song from Kiss.
A song from Kids. Okay. What about number 3?
Uh,
Can you read?
um, song with an annoying melody that drove you crazy every time you hear it. Definitely Despacito.
Okay, you didn't even think about it. Okay.
Yeah, I hate that song.
Number 4. I was thinking, I was thinking, what song? Because for example, in number 2, nowadays I'm listening that song of Leslie Shaw. There is Ay Niveles, and I listen all the
Uh,
time. I even YouTube the song, and it's not that I like that kind of music, but
mhm.
it's catchy. So yeah, I like it. What about number 4?
Song with really moving lyrics.
Lyrics.
You got emotional every time you heard the words. Um, I think not specifically, but by the lyrics, but maybe Last Train to London. It's
Uh-huh.
a emotional uh, song for me.
Okay. But is
Mhm.
the
I think
music more than the lyric or the video clip?
it's the memory associated with the song.
Ah, okay, okay, okay. A song with interesting lyrics that made you really think about the song's meaning.
Mm, mm, I don't remember any song.
Um, I
Mm,
remember
I don't
that
know.
when it was in my time, like the 90s, there was this song that it says "Asareje," huh? But they said that this was like a devil song because if you
Uh,
played under um the music say some words, no? So
mhm,
everybody was paying attention to the lyrics because people start saying that yeah, that this is a devil song and a worship to the devil. So that's why, not because it was interesting, because it was just catchy, but because of
mhm.
what people say about that song. Number 6, can you read?
Okay. A group or performer with an innovative sound unlike anything you heard before. Mm, a group that their name are Baby Metal. It's a combination between metal and K-pop.
Wow.
It's weird.
Yeah, of course, definitely. Okay, number 7.
A singer that blew you away with his or her extraordinary singing voice. Adele, for example,
Yeah, amazing.
could be a good example.
Adele, and if you listen to Adele talking, she speaks very fast, very, very
Yes,
fast.
it's very difficult try to follow her.
Yeah, it's
Uh,
very, very, uh-huh. a top-notch musician you thought was one of the most talented artists ever.
Maybe Michael Jackson or Freddie
Well, I don't
Freddie
know if
Mercury.
Michael Jackson was a musician, because to be a musician, you need to play instruments.
Oh,
Michael
mhm.
Jackson could be a singer or could
A
be a
singer.
performer, but a musician is someone that plays instrument. Freddie Mercury, I don't know, maybe he plays the piano, right? Or
No,
no?
no.
Nothing?
Yes,
He
the
plays the
piano.
piano. He
He
played
plays the
the
piano.
piano. Yeah, so maybe Freddie Mercury could be the musician because you need to know to play instruments. A singer, musician, or group that put on an amazing and memorable performance.
Could be Michael Jackson. A good example in this case.
Yes, 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 yes. Yes, I think so. Michael Jackson was one of the biggest ones. So we have some vocabulary here. For example, a beat, a melody, lyrics, a voice performance. Also, something that vocabulary that I like it is something, for example, blew you away. No, it's something that is like when you say, oh, something that makes me crazy or made me crazy. So you can talk about something that blew your mind or blew you away, something that
Mhm.
was incredible. So it's a good phrase that you can use, no? Blew you away, something that blew you away. Something catchy. It's also something that you can use. Okay? Something catchy is something that is entertaining, that you it's in your head, no? So it could be about music or it could be about different things, no? For example, songs or an advertisement, no? That could be
Mhm.
that would be good. So let's listen to the dialogue, that we have some phrases here that we are going to, I'm sorry, that we're going to check.
Read and listen to three colleagues discussing what to do after a meeting. Notice the spotlighted language.
Hey guys, we've got a free evening tonight. Why don't we see if there's anything to do?
Good idea. Let me see if I can find something online.
I'm in. Check out eTix. They usually have some great deals.
Let's see. Hey, The Phantom of the Opera is at the Palladium. I saw the movie, but I've never seen it live. What do you think?
I saw it back home in Chicago at least 10 years ago. Hasn't that thing been playing for like 20 years now?
At least. I've actually seen it on stage. But I guess I wouldn't mind seeing it again. The music is awesome.
Yeah, it's got some catchy melodies, but the story's nothing to write home about.
Hey, here's something that might be good. It looks like tickets are still available for Swan Lake. That's supposed to be an amazing ballet.
No offense, but ballet isn't my thing.
I can see Paul's going to be hard to please.
Sorry, I don't mean to be a pain. I guess I'm not really in the mood for a show tonight. Maybe there's a museum that stays open late.
Hold on. Here's something that might be right up your alley, Paul. There's an exhibit of modern American art at the Grand Gallery, and they're open late on Thursdays.
Now you're talking.
And what I really love is the location. The gallery is right around the corner from here.
So they are trying to go out, they are choosing the best place to go. And we have some expressions, okay? Can you match the expressions with the meanings? You can tell me orally if you want.
Okay. Number one could be F?
Yes, no, when you are
Mhm,
in means that you want to participate, no?
mhm. E, it's nothing to write home about. Number 2, it's letter G. Maybe, I'm not sure.
You indicate that something isn't to your personal
Oh no,
taste. No,
3 is letter G.
it isn't my thing, no? We already
Yeah.
checked about my thing. This is my thing, it's not your taste.
He's hard to please. Number 4, he's hard to place could be letter D. You think someone is difficult to satisfy.
Yeah, really hard to please, no? That is a good phrase. This person is hard to please. It means that it's really difficult. Or if you're doing a project, hey, we have to do this good because our boss is hard to please, no? He's someone that asks a lot.
Number 5, I don't mean to be a pain. It's letter B. You want to apologize for making trouble.
I don't mean to be a pain. Letter B.
It's right up your alley. Letter A. You think someone will definitely be interested in something.
Mm-hmm.
Number 7. Now you're talking. Letter C.
Now you're talking. That is also very common to say, oh, now you're talking. It means that you agree with what he said, that you are really interested in what he says. In
Letter
number
E.
2, it's letter E. No, there is
E.
nothing to. When you say this phrase, it means that it's too boring. No, it's something that is not interesting. So after the situation, you don't have to talk about it. So something that I think it's very common, it's using I'm in, it isn't my thing. I don't mean to be a pain. That is, I don't mean to be a pain is like very polite. Some people say, I don't mean to be a pain in the ass. That is more not very polite, but people use it. And it has the same meaning. Someone that is hard to please is also very common. And now you're talking about, it's also an expression that you are saying that something that that person says, you agree or you like it. Okay, so those are some phrases that you can use because it can fix to any place that you want. Okay,
Okay.
so we're going to stop here for today and we'll
Okay.
see each other on Wednesday.
Wednesday. Okay.
Okay, have a nice
Thank you.
take care a lot, rest, see ya.